Greetings on this Saturday of the 6th week of Easter, May 23rd. Couple of interesting things for today. Eunice Kennedy was married to Sergeant Shriver on this day. Sergeant Shriver would later be the first director of the Peace Corps here in the United States. And Eunice Kennedy, as many of you would probably remember or know, established the Special Olympics, founded in 1968. Interestingly enough, the first International Special Olympics was held in July of 1968 at Soldiers Field in Chicago. And then 40 years later, with 180 countries participating, they were back at Soldiers Field. The Special Olympics, started by Eunice Kennedy Shriver. This is also the date of the publication of Laudato Si. This is the Pope's encyclical on the environment, how fitting and pointed it is for ourselves as we are in this experience of the virus. As we have been sheltered at home, there are some amazing things that have come to us in seeing jellyfish in the canals in Venice, seeing monuments in Beijing and in India, and even here in the United States, clear air, more quiet in the cities, towns, on the highways. The Pope's message about the environment itself is to cultivate and care for the good earth as God has intended it. Things that we're well aware of: reduce, reuse, recycle, cut pollutants, greenhouse gas emissions, protect clean, safe drinking water, keep oceans and waterways clean and safe from pollutants. This was on this day in 2015 that the Pope set this encyclical to publication. It was released in June. I guess my fear is that these messages will be lost. We will accept pollution once again as a necessary part of our busy, active lives. For many of us, tomorrow, Sunday, will be the Feast of the Ascension, celebrating Jesus returning to the Father. And it's, in one sense, a sadness for the disciples that would seem to say that Jesus is leaving and won't be present to them anymore. And yet, in another sense, it is Jesus saying that he will be present in a much deeper, more profound way than he ever was before. The Acts of the Apostles, Apollos' teaching strongly established from the Scriptures that the Christ is Jesus. The Christ, the Redeemer, the Messiah, the salvation that the Jewish people had hoped for, is indeed the historical Jesus who came to us. As I think about this, what is the redemption? What is the salvation that we experience? It is not winning an argument, proving that I am right. It's not harboring a grudge. It's not waging a vendetta that is my freedom or my success or my victory. What it is the historical Jesus' life and the Christ's grace among us now, which is loving and forgiving, caring for others, especially the vulnerable, living the truth, the gospel itself. More difficult, actually, than the other things, harboring a grudge, waging a vendetta, more of a challenge for ourselves. Some of you are familiar with the work of the author and artist Brian Andres. Here's one of his pieces that you may be familiar with. It says, "Anyone can slay a dragon," he told me, "but try waking up every morning and loving the world all over again. That's what takes a real hero." Hope you have a great Memorial Day weekend and celebration of the Ascension.